What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Darku, and today we're going to be going over the Ghost Catcher Smeargle. We're going to be going through some bullet points such as why you should make one or buy one, where to get one, breeding one, learning all the moves in 3 different variations, and also a demonstration of how it works. Now this video is timestamped, so if there's something you've already done, like for example caught a Smeargle and you just want to move on to the next step, click on the video or look in the description for timestamps and you can jump ahead. The first thing is then, why should you make or why should you buy one? And it's because if you want to go against like an alpha ghost, or you just want to try a ghost encounter, etc., Smeargle is one of the best things to use for catching things in general. And obviously when it comes to ghosts, you cannot normal hit them because, well, they're ghosts, so we're going to have to make a ghost catcher one. Not only that, but they go for a good price on the GTL as well. If you open up the GTL by going to the bottom right of here and opening the global trade link, or if you go to the PC and open the global trade link that way, type in Smeargle in the Pokemon listings and go to advanced search, and in the has move you want to look up Soak for a ghost catcher specifically, and in here you will have all kinds of Smeargles with Soak. Some of them may have just one move and others may be finished. This is 360, so it's probably, yeah, that one's finished, and obviously bred to have the correct nature and correct IVs, and again, finished moves, etc. That's what we're going to be working on today. So again, you could just go out of your way and buy one, but we're going to be making one, and obviously if you want your own ghost catcher / you want to make plenty of them to sell them off to people also looking at them from this video, etc., then that is also a viable option. To start us off then, we want to know where to get Smeargle. If you've already caught a Smeargle, again with the timestamps you can jump ahead. We're going to check out Smeargle here, check the Pokedex on him, and on the wild locations over here you'll see all the locations Smeargle can possibly pop up. My favourite place obviously is in Hoenn, and you can go to the Artisan Cave, and he's very common in there. So here we are then, we're at the Battle Frontier in Hoenn, and it's just down here as you can see. If you've not done this yet, this is post Elite Four, so you have to beat the game, beat the Elite Four, the champion, etc. And then you can go to Lily Cove City over here and take one of the boats that will take you straight to this Battle Frontier after a little boat ride, and then you've also got this as a new flying location. And just down here is the Artisan Cave, and I'm going to quickly show you now how to get to it. So you'll need to bike around like so, and you'll see loads of people XP farming there. We're just going to go ahead and use a rappel right here and rappel over. If you've been here before it's fine, but if this is your first time coming here, there will be a pseudo-wudo tree here, which you will have to go to your bag and use a watering can on it. As you can see here, I've got the Whalmer Pail, which is the watering can. If you do not have the watering can, you need to go to the flower shop, which if you look at the map now is just under Rustboro City, and about Route 104. There's a nice flower shop and a nice lady in there who will give you the watering can, and then you can fight the Sudowoodo and move past. Onwards then, you just want to go down here and you'll just make it around to the Artisan Cave. Now again, the Smeargle is extremely common in the Artisan Cave. I don't think there's anything else in there, in fact, and if there is, I've never seen it. So in we go here and you'll find your first Smeargle. There we go then, just to confirm that it is definitely Smeargle. Here he is right here. So this is the absolute best way to get Smeargle, or you could just buy one off the GTL, etc. What I would recommend to keep this as cheap as possible whilst making the ghost person, you want to catch a Smeargle yourself and try to make it at least have one set of 31 IVs before you start breeding. After spending some time in the cave, I finally managed to catch some good Smeargles with 31 IVs. Now you could go a little bit lower if you want to, like 30, maybe even 29 IVs if you wanted to buy them, etc. And you want to get cheaper or a budget build. But we've got a 31 attack, 31 speed as you can see, but they're both males. And because it's a male, you have to breed either with another Smeargle or a Ditto. If it was a female, it could breed with the egg group, and obviously we're going to move on to that a little bit later. Onto the breeding process then, we want to make sure that you get the most bang for your buck, aka spending the least but getting the most for it. And we're going to go and move away from this guy who stood next to me, and we're going to go to the global trade link, and I'm going to show you the full process of how I do this. As you can see, we've got 2 male Smeargles. They can only breed with a female Smeargle or a Ditto to keep it Smeargle. So we're going to type in Smeargle here for a second. We're going to go to advanced search, we're going to make it female, and we're going to see how much a 31 speed female would cost. On lowest price, so about 25, maybe even 27k and upwards, and we're going to say no to that one for a start. And the 31 attack for a Smeargle, 26k onwards as well, which isn't great. So what we're going to do is just clear the advanced searches. We're going to get rid of Smeargle's name. We're going to just type in Ditto. So Dittos, obviously they go for low prices all the time. Speed for 31 speed Ditto is about 7.5k, I'd say. And then for an attack Ditto, I'd say about 5k, so you want to go, well, almost 6k I'd say. So we want to go for the 6k attack, and what we're going to do is breed the attack with the speed, not the other way around. And that's now earned us the cheapest one possible. So here we go then, we got the male Smeargle, which we obviously caught, which cost us like nothing because we caught it. And we've just paid like let's just say 6,000 for this Ditto, which has 31 attack. We're just going to breed them together and forcefully make them female. We're going to go over to this lady first and make sure that we get the red bracer here, the attack, and we're going to get a power anklet for the speed, and we want to make sure that we put those correct items on the correct mons, like so. When they breed, what's going to happen is this attack and this speed will smash together, and the offspring will definitely have the 31 attack and definitely have the 31 speed. I'll quickly go to the breeder here without any cuts, like I don't want to cut out any content here. Figured I'd show you the whole process, like so. Show the Smeargle and the Ditto, like so. So again, it has attack and speed. This isn't the end of it though, okay? So what we really want is a good nature on the Smeargle as well, and we're not going to worry about it just yet. We're just going to keep this like this. We're going to go ahead and breed these together. I'm going to click yes, and then we're going to make this a female on purpose. So make this once again female. That's another 5 grand to make it female. We're going to say yes, and we're just going to quickly put it in a Pokeball. Now that's done then, all we really have here is a Smeargle egg, and what this will be is a female Smeargle with 31 attack and 31 speed and a random nature. Now just to clarify, if you put something like an adamant nature male and an adamant nature female, they still make a random nature baby. They do not automatically make an adamant natured egg. Meanwhile, what we're going to do whilst this is hatching, we've also got this chandelier up front. It doesn't have to be chandelier, but you'll notice that the ability is flame body, and what flame body does is if you hover over at the top left, it'll say eggs will hatch faster. So we've got that at the front of our party. As you can see, it doesn't have to be out like this. You can actually just have it at the front and it will hatch your eggs faster as well. So meanwhile, whilst this Smeargle egg is hatching, we're going to put this to the side. Click on the Pokédex icon like so, and we're going to look at the egg group. So this is egg group field. So what we're going to do is close this now. I'm going to go to the GTL once again, and we're going to be looking for male fields. So again, gender male, egg group of field, and we're going to go for either like one or the other, attack or speed. And we're going to make the nature adamant, because I feel like adamant is a really good thing to have on Smeargle. It gives you plus attack and I believe minus special attacks. That's fine. We're not going to be using special attack, only attack. So what we're going to do is look up for an adamant male field with 31 attack. And we'll go for the lowest price, so that's 32k. Is that the lowest altogether? 32, 33, 35. So we're going to put this to 0, and we're going to go back to speed instead. And you can see they're like around 50k for the speed one, so we're not going to do speed. What we are going to do is a 31 attack adamant male of the field egg group. I'm going to search for this, and we're going to buy this Savine for 32k, which isn't too bad. Admittedly, you could just wait for this Smeargle to hatch and like hope it has the adamant nature, but it has like what, one of like 16 chance I think to have that nature. So now that we have this vine then, obviously it's the adamant nature, which is what we want. Again, it has the attack, not special attack, so it's perfect, a good percentage, and it has at least one of the IVs that we have on the Smeargle. Obviously we just want Smeargle with 2 IVs, and we're going for the adamant nature as well, so that's why we got this. What we're going to do is, you could look on the GTL on the item listings for an Everstone. So Everstones are about 6k usually. We're just going to grab one from here so I can display how it works. Here we go then, we're going to check our bag, and obviously as you can see we've got an Everstone here. We're just going to put that on Savine. So what will happen is, no matter what this Smeargle egg comes out as a female, it'll have 31 attack, 31 speed. What we're going to do is, obviously we've got 31 attack on here, so we don't have to worry about bringing another IV over. However, we're going to put a speed band on this Smeargle, so it carries the speed over. And at the same time, we're keeping this Everstone on Savine, so that it keeps the nature over onto the Smeargle. I'll show you a bit more when he hatches. So there you go, we've hatched, and it came out with a rash nature, which gives us better special attack, less special defense. Isn't the worst thing in the world, but it's absolutely not what you want, obviously. And it came out with the 31 attack and the 31 speed, as we've mentioned before. Again, you want to go talk to the lady, which we don't actually have to do because I already have one, luckily. But speak to the lady inside the breeding center and take the power anklet again, so that we can keep the speed from the Smeargle. As we've already noted, the Savine has attack 31, the same as the Smeargle, so when they breed, they're going to have a guaranteed 31 because they both have it. So there is no in between, they both have 31, so the offspring will have 31. but this speed we need to keep over, so we're going to put the power anklet on, keeps the speed, and then this Everstone here will keep the nature once again. So what we're going to end up with here is a Smeargle egg with double IVs again, but with the correct nature no matter what. So here we go again then, we're going to speak to the old man who's the breeder. I'm going to chuck in the Smeargle and the Savine, and as you can see it comes out of Smeargle. The reason for this is the Smeargle is female. If you didn't already know, when you put a female in the breeding section, it will always come out as the female. So if this was a female Servine and a male Smeargle, it would come out Servine. It does not come out Smeargle, it's always the female unless it's, you know, something like a Ditto. That being said then, you can see that the attack is 31 here, 31 on Savine, and the egg is guaranteed 31. And then these are basically guess, it's between 15 and 22, etc. We're not going for those though, we just want the attack and the speed. And as you can see on the speed we've got 31 and 14, but because we're holding this power anklet, it's guaranteeing us the 31, and because we're holding this Everstone, it is guaranteeing us the adamant nature coming over. So we're going to go ahead and breed. Now on this one, we're going to say no, we don't want a specific nature to save on money. However, if you wanted to continue the breed on without, you shouldn't do the nature first, you should do the nature last. But if you wanted to continue a breed on and constantly do more and more IVs, you want to make it female so that you can carry on that line. However, if you just want to do what I've done, which is the budget build essentially, but a great ghost catcher, that's what you really need to do. And again, there's our Smeargle, and it will wait for this to hatch as well. So here we go, ladies and gents, it's hatched, it's a male, it's got adamant nature, which is exactly what we wanted, and it's got the 31 attack and the 31 speed, and a random roll on the other ones as well. As you can see, it's only got sketch, and it's got no EVs. So what we're going to go ahead and do off camera now is just level the Smeargle up a little bit, give it attack EVs, speed EVs, and a little bit of HP EVs, and we'll be right back. If you don't know where the EVs and XP locations are, I will link a video in the description that you can click on, which shows you the best XP and the best EV places in the game. Alright, and we're back with a fully done Smeargle. Obviously it's still the same one, it's got the 31 IVs on both things, it's got the adamant nature, and as you can see we've done the EVs as well. We're now at 252 attack, EVs, speed, and 6 HP, and you'll realise that we've hit level 50 by just doing that alone. Now I'm going to be showing you how to get the moves on Smeargle in 3 different methods. One of the first things to realise is that when we want the Ghost Catcher, we actually want the move Soak on our Smeargle. As you can see, we've got a Love Disc here which has Soak, so the user shoots a torrent of water at a target and changes the target's type to water. This is the key element of changing the ghost types to water types, so you can false swipe them, hence the whole ghost catching mechanic. So we just got a Love Disc here, level 47, and this first method is going to be fighting a Smeargle, using Soak on it. The enemy Smeargle will sketch it and use the Soak against us, whilst we switch to our Smeargle, sketch it back, and then leave the fight, etc. Then we will have a Soak move. I'll now put this plan into action so you can see what I mean. Alright, so we've made it to the Smeargle Cave once again. We're going to put the Love Disc up the front of the party. And we're just going to, like I said, find a Smeargle in here. We're going to use the Soak move, and then we're going to switch to our Smeargle, sketch it back, and then we're going to leave the fight. So it doesn't have to be Love Disc, just to clarify. It can actually be any sort of water mon, I suppose, that can learn the move Soak. I actually bought this off the GTL for like 1,000 Poké Dollars. It was literally nothing. So yeah, we just wanted the move Soak, and there we go, we're going to use it on that Smeargle. It's now going to sketch it off of us, and you'll see it in any second now. There you go, he's sketching it back. That means the next move he's going to use is the Soak move. We're going to switch to the new Smeargle, which is this one here. Like so. He's now going to use Soak us. Hey yo, okay. And then we're going to sketch it back. There we go, our Smeargle here now has the move Soak instead of Sketch, and it will keep that. Now just to clarify once more, that doing this in a PvP battle will not save. You cannot do this in a PvP battle, you cannot cheese it, you have to do it legit. So this is one of the methods that you can do to do this. The next method then is in Unova. It's very early on in Route 3. I will just show you the map here, as we are at the very bottom right of Unova. Now this grass, this dark grass here, will actually have a chance of encountering a double battle. Now the next move we want to learn is Force Swipe from our Breloom here, and obviously we already have our sketch ready to rock. So we're going to put Breloom up front so we can just deal with the single encounters with Breloom and just run away, blah blah blah. And then when we encounter a double battle, it should have our False Swiper and our Smeargle here together in the double battle. I'm now going to put that plan into action as well. So here we go then, immediately found a double battle, which is kind of convenient. And as you can see, we're sending out our False Swiper and our Smeargle. We're going to False Swipe the Blitzel, and then on our Smeargle we're going to sketch our own Breloom. Our Breloom's way faster and way over leveled, so it'll go first, and then our Smeargle, as I said, just sketching the full swipe, and there you go. There's another convenient way of sketching moves, like so. As you can see, he's got full swipe now, soak and full swipe, so now we're going to have to once again relearn sketch, so I'm going to try and level up again or use heart scales. Just to completely acknowledge what I say on using heart scales, if you go in any Pokemon Center, I think except Island 1, literally every Pokemon Center in the game will have some pair of twins like this, one with grey hair and one with a different coloured hair depending on your region. In Unova it's blue hair, in like Kanto it might be green hair or something, but we want to go to the grey haired guy, and he's the move mechanic, and you can relearn a move on Smeargle. And you can see sketch here will cost 2 heart scales, and you can relearn sketch that way. Okay, so this third method requires a Ditto to transform into one of your mons to copy a move that you want it to use. So for this example, I'm going to show you the Pidgey that I have. This Pidgey right here, I click on it, you'll see that the only move it has is Fly, so I could make a Ditto transform into this, and the only move it would be able to use is Fly, and then I'd be able to sketch Fly. Obviously for this example we would go for something like Spore, so that's the next move we want on our Ghost Catcher. And as you can see, we've got something like a Smeargle here, which already has Spore. The idea is that if you want to use a mon like this that only had Spore, you could get the move deleter and get rid of these, or you could just get a Smeargle just like this with only Spore on it. And for this example, I actually have got a Smeargle here with just Spore on it. You know, for example, you could use this like Breloom here, level 17, as you can see I've got Spore on it. You could delete the other moves with the move deleter, and then you would just have Spore. Once again, the Ditto would transform into it, and it would only be able to use Spore. Like I said, luckily, we've actually got a Smeargle with just Spore on it, so we're going to be using that. Before we go in then, I just want to clarify that we are near Falaball Town, which is Route 114. This is in Hoenn, and this is right outside where the Ditto Cave is. This is exactly where you go in this house, and the Ditto Cave is right behind. We're going to be leading with something like my Luxray, for example, now, like a really high level, just in case a Ditto doesn't pop up, and even if a Ditto does pop up, we're going to switch into our Sporer. There we go. As you can see, the Ditto is now spawned in, and it doesn't insta transform, it needs to use a move to transform, so I will go first, etc. We're going to go ahead and click on Pokemon, and we're going to switch to one of the Smeargles. Bloody hell, which one is it? I think it's this one. Yeah, this one that has 120 HP, so this one here is the one that only has Spore on it. So here we go, the Ditto has now used Transform, it's transformed into the one Breloom I have, same stats etc, and it has only Spore. So now we're going to switch the main Smeargle that we want to teach Spore to, which is our level 58 Smeargle here. We're obviously going to get sleeped here, but we're going to try and copy this as soon as we wake back up. So from here on out, we're going to be using Sketch. Obviously, it's not going to use it because we're asleep, so we're okay not using the PP, but we're going to keep using Sketch. When we wake up, we're going to sketch the Spore, like so. Again, this didn't have to be Spore. This is the third method of ways to copy moves. And once again, we can actually run away from this fight as well. And we will now have that on our Smeargle. So as you can see, our Smeargle now has Soak, Full Swipe and Spore, which is our main stuff for catching ghosts, and that is 3 different methods of how to get moves on a Smeargle. So part of your ghost catcher here, you see that we've got 3 moves. The 4th move is completely up to you. You can actually go the route of maybe using like a Meowth to copy the Payday. Perhaps you get something like an Oddish or a Tropius, and you can copy something like Sweet Scent, so you can gather hordes. Or maybe you could even go the route of going like a Chansey or something like for example, you could have like Heal Pulse, so you could keep yourself in battle without holding something like a Leftovers. The option is completely up to you. The main things is the Soak, Full Swipe and Spore. That's pretty much it, guys. The only thing left really is a little bit of a demonstration. So the one place I want to go to is the Pokemon Tower, where I know for sure there's Ghastlies around here. So here we go then, there's a Haunter. I'm just going to demonstrate to you obviously why this is a ghost catcher in comparison to just a normal catcher as you would normally see. If we try and just full swipe it, you'll see that obviously it's immune. You cannot hit ghost types with normal type moves. Toxic is no bueno. But now we're going to use the Soak move and you'll see exactly what happens. Boom, we hit him with Soak and he turns into a water type instead of ghost type. Because of that, now we can actually go ahead and use full swipe on him. So there you go, ladies and gents, that's literally it. You can now full swipe ghosts, which is really cool. And like I said, the 4th move is completely your choice. and you can just spore them like that and just catch them. This may be like the best Haunter we've ever caught in our lives. But anyway, that is the 3 different ways that I know of that you can transfer moves from, you know, your own Pokemon, etc., to a Smeargle straight off the bat. And those are the main moves that you're going to want. We're just going to catch this Haunter if we can. So yeah, Blammo. Like I said, as easy as that. That wasn't very good. But there you go. That's literally all you have to do. So Adamant with great IVs, plus the moves that you need. Again, the 4th move can be whatever you want. I would obviously recommend either Payday, Sweet Scent, or Heal Pulse. It's completely up to you. Heal Pulse to keep you in fights longer, Sweet Scent for hordes, Payday for if you're doing some sort of money method as well. But it is completely up to you. Obviously use like PP Max, etc. on the moves as well. But this is your perfect ghost catcher. This is for alphas, and if you're just in general, like I said, Sweet Scent if you want to try and hoard ghosts and catch them if you find a shiny. As a last thing then, obviously we'll put them in a luxury ball. That's what I do with all my absolute amazing builds. I'm gonna call them Ghost Bussin'. It's a bit too long, but you can see it at least. And as a last thing, thank you very, very much to Karlie for the picture of the Smeargle. It looks amazing. Thank you very much for that as part of the thumbnail. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Amazing doodle. And one big shout out to everyone who's watched this video and has recently supported all my videos. I really, really appreciate it, and I hope you'll carry on watching more, and I hope this helps. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that business, and I'll see you guys on another video. Goodbye!